make it look like it's magic. Oh yeah. 'Cause I see nobody but you. I'm never confused.
Okay, today we are doing a little day in the life video. I'm driving to pick up Kevin right now. We have a 2-car metallic. It's pretty local to us. It's about 15-20 minutes away from where I live. The reason why I'm going to this job is because it is going to be a blue, white, and gray floor. So we don't get to do fun colors often, and when we do, we like to take advantage of it and take a bunch of content. So I'm bringing this little camera. We're going to make a little YouTube video out of it. But today is basically just going to be a little day in the life of what I do. It is a Friday. So Fridays are typically not the same as a Monday, but I'm going to walk you through what I do kind of on a more fun day when I'm not just sitting inside working on stuff on my computer. But meeting up with Kevin, we're going to take him to the job site, and yeah, next up you see will be at the job site.
Today is going to be a simple 2-car garage. I'm very excited about this floor. So we're going to be doing white, like a navy blue, and a gray. I don't know why the navy blue is looking like a purple, but I mean,
Like, yeah, it looks pretty purple.
navy. But the most part that I'm excited about, I'm excited today for 2 reasons. Check this baby out right here. Look at this thing. Look at this. Oh, caress it a little bit. Don't play with it too much, all right? It's gonna go on the floor. This is what you call the T-bar. So we're gonna be testing something new. Usually, me personally, I do the squeegee. So today I'm gonna be trying out this T-bar because everybody raves about this in the metallic industry world. People love this T-bar, so.
What's the difference?
Well, I mean, the squeegee is it's like a very linear, I guess, way of using the material. I mean, the tool.
Yeah.
The tool is very in place.
And it
doesn't move. It doesn't tilt side to side. So like when you're on the floor, you can kind of do like a quick little variation. Like, it's hard to explain. And let's say you have it on the floor, and it's cool because you could just tilt it. I'm not really putting any pressure. And like, let's say you're moving the material, you can kind of like do a little quick little wave, come right back down. Wave again, come back down. You can't do that with this. With the squeegee, you're walking behind the squeegee. So I'm excited. We'll see how this goes. It's gonna be the first time testing this, and see how it goes. So we put this plastic here. I like using this red tape. This red tape is really nice because they call it stucco tape. So they like put this tape to like stick to like this soft surface. So this literally will stick to almost everything. It's really nice. It's really aggressive, really sticky. You can buy this at Home Depot. Some people like to use weather strips. I like to use Ramboard, or I'll use both of them depending on just like how I'm feeling. I'll use Ramboard or weather stripping. They're both, you can find them at Home Depot. But you want to create like a little lip here. So if the material does roll, it has like a little lip where it'll come up to, so it'll stop like right here. And if it does keep rolling, that's where you have all the Ramboard to roll out, because sometimes they may roll all the way out here. But for it to get to this point, it may take a few hours, so you'll be fine. And then once it does dry, you come back and you have the customer, the customer calls you, be like, hey, it rolled out. You come back and just rip this all off. It's easy to rip off. My first words of advice when you're pouring your first color, don't be nervous. Relax. Before I'd be like pacing back and forth, I'm like, fuck, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like just relax, just stand back. Like I said in my class, just like look at your project, look what you're gonna, how much colors you got, what you want to pour, where you want to pour it. It's not really too hard. Just feel. I mean, you can also just go Picasso, just fucking all over the place. But if you want to have some kind of idea, I always kind of like planning where I'm gonna pour my colors. So then beforehand, when the colors are mixed, I can just go with the flow of what's in my head. And I like listening to music when I pour my colors, so it locks me in the zone. First time using T-bar. For sure, interesting.
It's different, huh?
Yeah, different for sure. If I can get this fucking thing to come off, wow.
We just finished that job up. I didn't film the rest of the job, which essentially all we were doing is just taping up the edges of the garage so that no debris fly in while the garage is drying. Because you have to leave the garage open just a little bit so that the garage can dry. And you don't want to keep the garage fully open because people aren't trying to keep their garage open for 2-3 days. So we crack it open a sliver, we use plastic wrap, and basically just tape it like a 10 from the garage door to the concrete and just kind of angle it. So I didn't film that because I was helping them and we were just trying to get to another job. So right now, Kevin and Santiago are going over to Placentia, where we have a 10,000 square foot solid color floor. Now, this is the biggest floor we've ever done. We're breaking it into 2 5,000 square feet sections. I'm gonna overlay some clips from Kevin's phone of what they've done so far. I believe that they've already done the first half of the 5,000 square feet, and we're gonna do the next half next week. So we got a lot going on. We're stacking jobs. We have a busy beginning of July. Me and Kevin are both gonna be traveling as well in the beginning of July, so we just got a lot going on. But for the rest of this day, I'm gonna head back home and I'm gonna update you guys on some of the ads that we're running. I'm testing a new campaign right now. Just trying to see if it can compete with our current campaign. And we'll essentially go over some other things. I wanna go over some jobber things for the CRM. But other than that, the garage, it turned out sick, bro. Using the T-bar, using that new roller, I think really makes a difference. We're gonna keep testing it and comparing it against the squeegee, but it turned out really good. So I'm excited to see how that floor looks over the weekend. Hopefully we can go back and walk on it and take some pictures, but the client was stoked and that's all that really matters. What we're doing right now is I am checking on a new campaign that I set up for 949 Garage. Now, the only difference with this campaign is I'm adding a bunch of custom audiences to my ad set. So all that means is when you go to target someone, you can make custom audiences. And I typically do one audience per campaign. So for the campaign we've been running forever, it's one lookalike audience as the audience. That's the only people I'm targeting is in that lookalike audience. And that lookalike audience is of people who have engaged with my account. And then I'm targeting my service area. That is it. For this new campaign, I've added in 4 total custom audiences. So what I'm doing is I'm giving Facebook more data, I'm giving it a bigger audience size, and we're targeting our target location. So I've been running it for 2 days. We've spent around $120, $150 on it already, and we haven't got a lead. So what that is showing me is it's not going the way I'd like to, honestly. I'm not too worried. I will end up cutting it if we get to day 3 without a lead, without any type of conversion. At that point, obviously something's not working. I'm not willing to blow $300 to $500 on testing. I kind of cap myself at around $200, $250 on a campaign. And if we don't get any results, then it's not something I'm going to continue on. And it's as simple as that. So I do these little tests every so often, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And if they work, I would usually add that into my main campaign that we've been running forever. That is kind of the update for my ads. Now, the next thing I would do is open up Jobber. Now, what I do inside of Jobber is make sure that invoices have been paid for jobs that have been completed, since clients love to not pay them. Now, in our contract, we have a clause that says you must pay, same day that the service was finished, even if there's any problems, whatever it may be, that'll be under our warranty. We'll cover it regardless for free. but we collect payment as soon as the job is done. Now, we just left the job. We had our sales associate, Brendan, send over the invoice. And we also send people a Google review link if they're happy with the service. And this customer was very happy. So it's always good to kind of send it while they're hot, they're happy, and get a good review out of it if you can. We have a couple outstanding balances. I can't really show you guys any of this. I don't want to leak any of my clients' information, but what Jobber allows you guys to do is it allows you to keep track of your invoices and making sure that clients are paying. You have receipts of them signing contracts, they're agreeing to your terms. All these things are very important when you're scaling and when you're managing multiple jobs at one time. Now, we have a $45,000 job happening right now. So for the last 5 days, our team has been working on it. And this is probably one of the biggest jobs we've ever done. And to manage money like that, you know, people aren't paying $45,000 in cash. People aren't doing these things. So you need to have systems like Jobber, and you need to be sending professional quotes where people can easily pay with via wire, via whatever it may be, bank transfer, ACH, credit card. You need to have a clean style, just quote form. You need to be able to look professional if you want to land these types of jobs. You need to have systems. You need to have automatic follow-ups. All of these things are essential when you are trying to scale your business and when you're trying to look legit. People are going to see right through you if you're like, oh, just cash at me, Zelle me. That's just not professional. You want a written out proposal. You want a written out quote. So as you can see, solid color epoxy coating. Now 10,000 square feet. We charged them $4.50 a square foot. Now inside of Jobber, it allows you to attach pictures. It allows you to have descriptions, exactly what a grind and seal is, whatever, because this client initially started as a grind and seal and we transformed it to a solid color. But not only that is we have our terms and conditions attached to this so people can read, they know what they're signing. The client has its signature right below here and the date. Any internal notes can be added right beneath this section. I just don't want to leak any of this client's information. But this invoice I can download, I can email them. It's just certain things like this when you are trying to look legit. And when you're a small team, little things like this matter, and it makes the client experience that much better. So if you guys are looking to kind of get yourself situated, get your back end ready, whether you've had your first job or whether you're trying to scale to your first $100,000 a month, I think it starts with a good CRM, and we're partnered with Jobber. We've been working with them for the last 2 months now, and it's honestly changed the game for our entire team. So I'd recommend that you guys use it. You can sign up for free in the YouTube description. So other than that, that's all I really have for you guys today. What I'm going to do for the rest of the day is kind of follow up with some quotes. We have an outstanding balance of $11,000 from one of our clients that we did for a commercial project. So a lot of it is just chasing down money, making sure people are showing up to the right jobs, making sure Kevin's good, and just trying to make sure everyone is taken care of. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm probably going to make another video going over the 10,000 square foot job so you guys can get a little behind the scenes of what it takes to do that big of a floor. But other than that, that's all about
make it look like it's magic. Oh yeah. 'Cause I see nobody but you. I'm never confused.